Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. My name is Kristi and this is Kristi Doing Things. And on this channel, we believe that we are just on time to live the lives of our dreams. On my last video, I started talking about time management and what are the internal things that we need to start doing and consider when we realize that maybe we're not quite managing our time in the way that we would like to. So if you have not seen that video yet, please go ahead and watch that. That is linked down below and will give you a little bit of context for this video. In today's video is part 2 of that video, and we are going to talk about what are the tasks that we need to do when we're starting to manage time. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, let's jump right into it. Identifying where you are, how you're doing emotionally, mentally, physically, what's going on in your life, identifying your work style, and then identifying those distractors are the big things. Those require the internal work and the soul searching to be able to determine what might be causing an inability to be able to manage your time and also manage getting toward the things that you want to get toward. We have to have those hard conversations with ourselves and do that work, do that soul searching to be able to figure out where we are, what's going on in our lives, because those underlying things impact being able to get to the next step or the next phase of the process when we are trying to manage our time, when we're trying to reach our goals. So now that we've had the hard conversations, I promise it gets quite a bit lighter and easier from here.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
So the next thing that we are going to want to do is identify what is the work that needs to be completed. What are the things that need to get done? And so I think the easiest way to be able to do that is to first figure out what are your non-negotiables. What are the things that need to happen throughout your day that are structures that aren't changing? You need to eat, you need to sleep, you need to go to work. Those are some big things that are already happening. Those are some of the basics. Also, what are your personal non-negotiables? For me, that's devotion, getting in a workout. For you, that might be something else. What are the things that are structures that are in your day that are just not going to change? After identifying those non-negotiables, what then are those tasks that need to occur within that? For example, you have to work. Maybe in your workday, you have a meeting every single week at a specific time. That is something that is happening within that non-negotiable that you have to do. After doing the things that have to get done, those structures that are non-negotiables that are not going to change, and those things that have to get done, what are some things that you would like to have more time to be able to do? Would you like to be able to have more time to spend with friends and family? Or would you like to be able to finish a puzzle or watch that show you've been meaning to watch? Whatever the thing is, what are some things that you would like to have more time to be able to do? And currently you feel like you don't have time to be able to do those things. Alrighty, now after figuring out the scope of the work that you either need or want to do, the next step is to really block out time to make that thing happen. The thing is, if you don't put it on the calendar, and maybe it doesn't have to be a calendar, but if you don't block out time and prioritize making that thing happen, it's not going to happen. As adults, there are just so many things that are competing priorities, so many ways to be easily distracted and to just not do that thing, that even when there are things that we want to do and want to make happen, they won't happen if we don't prioritize them. This will also most likely will require sacrificing something or some things for a period of time. Maybe you're one who can binge on a Netflix series, start to finish, a good 10 hours throughout the day. You have watched a full season of something. That may not be something that you can do if you are trying to meet some goals, if you are trying to manage your time in a way that allows you to be able to meet those goals, because time can only go in so many different places. So you have to choose where you're going to put that time. When you're blocking out your time, you want to put boundaries on when you want to do that thing. What I like to do is determine when a deadline is, put a deadline in place for myself of when I want to do something, and then backwards plan from there and figure out what steps do I need to take each day to be able to get this thing done, or if it's something that's happening just within the day, when does that thing need to happen? How long am I going to allow for that space to happen? There's this idea called Parkinson's law, which basically just states however much time you decide to give to a thing, that's how much time it's going to take. And so, for example, if I were to say, I have all day long to clean my house, it is going to take all day long to clean my house because that's the amount of time that I've budgeted for it. However, if I were to say, I am going to clean my house in 2 hours and I'm going to get these things done in those 2 hours, then that's how long it'll take because that's all I budgeted for it. Make sure that you put goals in place or set time limits and boundaries in place so that things are not just extending beyond the time that they need to, because that is such a waste of time and it doesn't allow you to efficiently get to the goals that you're trying to get to for yourself. With those physical distractors that we talked about earlier, you'll want to find ways to be able to limit those distractors by just finding time to be able to do those things. For example, I really like the Pomodoro method, which says that you devote 25 minutes to a task that is completely focused, you're not doing anything else, and then you have 5 minutes of a break. So if you know that you like to scroll on social media and you just need time in your day to be able to do that, focus for 25 minutes and then spend 5 minutes on that and then go on again through those 25-minute segments until you finish the work that you need to do. Another way of building that time in is by actually pairing it with another activity that you're already doing. So I mentioned I like to work out, and that's one of my non-negotiables throughout the day. But then I also want to be able to listen to a podcast or watch YouTube videos, whatever it is that I want to do. Those types of things are ones that I can do while I'm doing my workout, and I get both of those things done. I do my non-negotiable, but then I also do the thing that I want to do as well. Having those tools in your tool belt will help you to be able to stay focused when you're feeling unfocused or when you know that there are things that you want to get accomplished. The last thing in all of this is to treat yourself. It is so helpful to have something to look forward to when you are managing time, especially if there are things that you want to get accomplished and maybe it's a big thing that you're not sure where to start, but you figure out or you manage to be able to get that thing done. Or it's something that you weren't wanting to do, but you needed to get it done and you made that happen. You need to have something to look forward to. And it doesn't have to be a big treat, but it can be something small that gives you that motivation to continue forward and that ties in a reward with getting done the thing that you set out to do. Okay, so we have talked about some pretty big things today, things that are important, not just for managing our time, very important for managing our time, but also very important for being able to get to the goals that we have for our lives. I want that for you, and so I encourage you to do the work to figure out where you are, figure out what you need, figure out what is the best way that you work in order to be able to maximize the time that you have. I believe that when we do that, and when we're good stewards of our time, that work will pay off in a positive way. Where we are today and where we can be in a year from now, or even 6 months from now, can be so different by the choices that we make today. So I encourage you to do that work because I want you to get your task completed, but I want you to get to the life of your dreams. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, just go ahead and hit that like button. Also, comment, subscribe, and share. Join the family so that we can continue doing things together. As always, I want you to know that you are just on time to live the life of your dreams. Have a wonderful and beautiful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.